Hey everybody, welcome back to the Isaac Abrams Show. I'm your host, Isaac Abrams. Today's very special guest, comedian, actor, writer, podcaster, and philanthropist, Mr. Paul Elia.
Yo, what is happening? I'm a philanthropist.
Yes.
I thought a philanthropist was like someone that plays in like an orchestra.
Oh, that's a philharmonicist. Yeah, I think.
Sounds like a disease.
Yeah, I've got stage 4 philharmonici. There's no cure.
There's no cure but this.
Yeah, I'm rocking out. Have you ever conducted a orchestra before?
I've never conducted an orchestra, but I've been a few times.
Yeah?
Yeah, one time this dude in LA, I met him at a party and he was just like, hey, I'd like to take you to the opera. And then this older man I never met before took me to the opera. Then later I realized that he was gay.
It was a date.
Yeah, it was a date.
Opera date.
Yeah, man, it was opera date.
Those are expensive tickets, so I hope you put out.
Nah.
Nope. All right.
Nah, I didn't put out. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Not till the third orchestra date.
Also, he gave me bad seats. I'm like, we're not even in the bin or whatever they're called.
Oh, yeah. I'm not touching wieners for bad seats.
Yeah, dude. You got to take care of me, player.
Yeah. Yeah. And we don't put out on the first date. We're classy men.
Yeah, we're classy, man. Hell yeah.
Do you ever feel like you could conduct? Do you ever think that they're just bullshitting? Like,
I mean, I have so much respect for people who can play an instrument.
yeah.
I think it's so cool because I've heard how good some people sound and I've heard how bad I am. Like when I've had a guitar and I'm like trying to play one chord and I can't.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, it's like because I don't have enough training.
Yeah.
But the people that can just rock out, I'm just have so much respect for them. Like even I was in Puerto Rico, man, I saw this one guy. He was playing the bongos. This guy was murdering it.
Yeah.
But then you look at the instrument, and you're like, oh, it's just what is he doing? He's just tapping, which is what the untrained eye would say.
Right. But there's so much technique.
Yeah, but I don't know how much technique is involved in conducting.
I would say, and I don't think I have any more or less knowledge about orchestration than anyone else, but I think it's a lot like film directing. I think you get all your work done before the night of the performance. I think you're in there working it out, and then on the night you're just...
But are they really even looking at the conductor?
No, well, or...
It's like, you know the song, so it's like just play the song. Like, why does him pointing at you to do it why do you need that when you already know the song?
And you have a literal script in front of you with sheet music.
You got the script.
Yeah.
You've probably played the song before.
Rehearsed.
You probably had rehearsals.
That's right.
Why do you need that?
I wonder if they give notes like directors. They're like, okay, so your French horn part, I need a little bit more intensity here. But all of that is notated in I wanted to say legislation. Wow. I'm off today.
The
government's in charge of orchestras.
Yeah. We need an orchestra in Congress.
Yeah. Jesus.
It's like all the Republicans now.
Yeah.
They start getting mad.
And then they're like, we are Republican. And then now the Democrats. We are the Democrats. Ugh. 2-party system. That's fun.
Yeah.
Cool. So we should tell the people at home where we can find you on the internet.
Man, I'm on Instagram, TikTok, at Paul Elia, Elia. It's so crazy. I was just like looking at my social media and I'm like, when was the last time I posted a photo?
Oh man, I went to do that this morning. I forgot how.
Yeah. Why? People don't even care about that anymore.
Well, it won't show it to anybody.
Yeah. Basically, I'll just do what the algorithm wants.
Yeah.
That's basically to
feed the
world
monster.
I'm living in.
Yeah.
Dude.
But your TikTok's blowing up right now.
It's doing good, man. Yeah. It's doing good. I mean, I had some videos like catch wind. It was crazy because I would post so many videos and then I wasn't getting a lot of views, which is frustrating for a lot of creatives, especially when they feel they really believe that, they have good taste and the videos that they're posting are high quality.
Yeah.
And then when they don't get a lot of views, it's frustrating. Like there was a point where I was getting more views on videos for my camera roll than actual, I'm not getting, I'm not hitting any views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you are.
Yeah.
That's great. Are you putting the same content on Instagram that you are on TikTok?
Yeah, but I'll switch it up because I feel like the Instagram algorithm, the TikTok algorithm know each other.
Yeah.
So I don't want to post a TikTok and then IG's like, you motherfucker.
Oh, you cheating son of a bitch.
You piece of shit.
I got in your DMs. I know what you've been doing.
Oh, I know. And I've seen what you've been doing.
Oh, you cheater.
We are the conductors.
Yeah, that's right. I read your orchestra. I worry about that too because TikTok. I mean, I've gotten maybe 1 view on TikTok ever, and combined on my 30 videos that I put up. One view, and I put the same stuff on Instagram, and it's like, to me, like 20,000 views on Instagram to me is a lot of views. To me, to some people they'll be like, what a failure. But I also secret time, didn't turn my phone off. Second secret time, at the beginning of the summer, I signed up for one of those bots. It's like, what's it called? Organic social media growth. And I did it, and all of a sudden they just dumped 1,000 followers in my account, and every time I post something, it gets 500 likes.
Oh wow!
And it pushes it to the front. But then someone was like, a social media expert was like, oh yeah, when Instagram finds out that you have that, they're going to cancel your whole account. So I canceled it with this social media place. I only did it for 1 month, and it stuck. It stayed. It still likes my reels.
That's crazy, man. Because I've also I've been asked if I wanted to buy bots. Mm-hmm. There's like a bot dealer.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them
that'll just hit you up. I'm constantly getting hit up saying, "Do you want to get verified on Instagram?
Right.
And do you want to buy bots?"
Yeah, it's like a guy on the street that's got that trench coat. He's like, "I got them bots."
He goes, "Free bots for you," and I'm like, "Why is your dick out?"
Your dick is a bot?
Yeah. And then he's like, "Yeah."
Well, it's not going to suck itself.
Then I'm like, "Ew, dude, what the hell?"
Yeah, take me to the orchestra first. Oh man! So we were chatting in the lobby earlier. You're from Detroit.
Yeah, from Detroit.
Yeah, what's that like?
Dude, it was great, man. I love Detroit.
When did you come out here?
2011.
And by here, I mean we're in Hollywood.
I moved to, in Detroit, I was working on a TV show called Detroit 187.
Oh, yeah?
I was a stand-in for Michael Imperioli.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love him.
Dude.
From The Sopranos, for those uneducated at home.
Yeah, man. And I basically learned everything about filmmaking and acting and how to make a show from that show. Like, even though I was just a stand-in, I was just like ear hustling.
Yeah.
And I was watching shit.
Absorbing everything,
yeah.
You know who the director is and the sound guy, and like you just watch everything.
Watched everything.
Yeah, there's so many people that I see on set that are like, oh, they're just bored in the corner. And I'm like, dude, learn something you don't know. Like, pick it up. Like, got PAs, right, that'll come to set and like, I'm going to direct. I'm like, sure you are. You're not paying attention to anything that's happening here. You're just sitting in the corner. But so what I mean is good on you for picking up all that stuff.
Man, there's so many people who miss so many opportunities.
Yeah.
Because they are at the thing, they can learn, they can take in info, but they choose not to.
Yeah.
And
why is that?
Yeah, I mean it's different reasons. It's fear. It's for everyone. I'm sure it's a different reason why. But for me, I really was like, I'm going to be an actor and I'm going to act in a show. And I would watch Michael and some other guest star actors on the show, and then I'm like, I can do what they're doing. And like I had this like intensity about it to where I'm like, I'm going to get so good at this.
Yeah.
That no one can turn me down.
Be undeniable.
Yeah, that was the school of thought. And then I was like, well, part one of being undeniable is like, I got to move to LA. So I came here in 2011.
Oh, very cool. Right after, nope, never mind. I was going to make a bad 9/11 joke.
Oh, 2011. Yeah. That during the 10-year anniversary of 9/11.
Came here on September 11th, 2011. It's going to be a lot of bad jokes today, folks.
Hey, man, the orchestra joke was fire.
That was pretty good. And I can cut out whatever I want. So
boom.
Yeah. And I say that on every episode, and I cut out nothing.
Right.
So, did you live anywhere but Detroit before you came here?
Dude, the first time I ever got on a plane in my life was to fly to LA.
No way.
Yeah. In 2011, yeah.
I drove here from North Carolina twice. I came out here with my singer of my band in 9 months before I moved out here. So I rode with him on the condition that we could stop in Vegas because I'd never been to Vegas.
Yeah.
He turns out he wins $2,000. I lose $2,000. That's a longer story, but came out to LA in 2006 and haven't looked back. What I was saying is flying straight here, first time on a plane. That's nuts.
Yeah.
And now you've flown around the world.
Flown around the world, bro. Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like I was in Dubai, Lebanon, London, just in Puerto Rico, just doing comedy. Like I'm being flown out like a Saudi prince's girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Just going to the orchestra in all these different countries.
Come on now.
Is that we've played out the orchestra? Let's just let it go. We had our fun with that. Now it's over.
No, man, we got more.
Oh, do we?
There's gonna be more orchestra puns.
Okay, puns are fun. I love puns. Yeah, seeing the world's fun, especially when somebody else is paying for it.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah,
It's great, man. Yeah, because I mean, I was just on this trajectory to have, as I look at it now, like such a, secure, normal life. But it's like I think God shows us what we're supposed to do.
Yes.
And it comes in ways where it can't be ignored. And I think there are a lot of people who still choose to ignore it.
Yes.
Like, as an example, you mentioned the people who say they want to be in the film industry. They're there on set. They're able to take all this in, yet they choose not to.
Yeah.
So, and then they are the same people that, I don't know if they do, they complain. They're like, how come it's not? How come I can't get? How come this person isn't? And it's like, motherfucker, you are not doing the work.
Right. If people knew the insurmountable amount of work that it took to like achieve your dreams, a lot of people wouldn't even start. A lot of people don't start because they do know how much work it takes. Like you hear about these people that overnight success, right? Well, overnight success is a common phrase, only takes 10 years. Mm-hmm. You got to put in so much work to build, in our case for comedy, it's like building a fan base, being able to, it's a business. You got to be able to sell tickets. You can be the funniest guy in the world. If you can't sell a ticket, it doesn't matter. A guy who can sell tickets is going to be getting the gigs.
Yeah.
So that's my sage wisdom as a 4-year-old comic to a professional comic.
No, dude, you're right, man. I mean, also, even if you do have the audience, and which we've seen before of like these fucking Instagram influencers or TikTok influencers and YouTubers, they don't have anything to say. But the fans are happy. Mm-hmm. They just want to see them. And
right.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Bro, rappers are doing comedy now.
Yeah. I wish there was another avenue for that. I don't think they're taking away. I was talking about this on another show yesterday. I don't think those type of people are necessarily taking away from other comics. If they're not running the light and there's a long lineup of people, and let's say T.I., right? He did comedy for a hot second. Let's say he sold the room out, but those 200 people have to watch the other 6 comics. Those other people could be getting exposed to a new fan base.
Yeah.
So I look at it as a net positive. Maybe, but when he gets up and runs the light for 30 minutes and like people leave after he goes, you got to put that person on. If he's the draw, you got to put that person on last.
Yeah, man. Also, it's like I got a lot of respect for T.I. to do this, make this attempt. It's not easy, especially when you are already a public figure.
Yeah.
And to have people see you so raw and so new is very vulnerable. And I would like hear, like, I which is, I'm not backbiting. I'm not saying anything I wouldn't say in front of him if I had the opportunity. But it's like, he even mentioned it before and addressed it that, he did a show and I saw this video of him doing a show and he got booed. And like a lot of like some audiences, you go to some cities, these motherfuckers will boo you.
Yeah.
They will boo. And it happens in a lot of rooms. It happens. I've seen it happen, and it happened to T.I. at a very big level.
Yeah.
And he was like, and I have so much respect for like the way he took it. He was like, yeah, man, I'm a new comic and I deserved what I got. Basically, I'm paraphrasing. And he was like, yeah, and it's going to make me want to get better.
Yeah.
And then,
I hadn't considered what it's like to learn a new skill in the spotlight.
Like, dude, imagine Slash as a barista.
Yeah, the guitar player?
Yeah. Imagine him just like learning how to play soccer or some shit.
Yeah.
Just something totally new.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's so crazy.
I said oat milk, Slash.
He's like, sorry, there's a hair.
Lots of hair. Yeah, all the hairs. He's like, sorry, do you want me to play you a song real quick?
Yeah, they're like, no. The boss is like, Slash, I'm sorry, but you're fucking up.
Yeah. We used to just play guitar in the corner, and we'll let everybody else make the drinks.
Yeah.
That's funny. Slash as a barista. That would be a good sketch.
Yeah. I'm sure he did that in a commercial.
Oh, really?
I saw him in a commercial recently where they're like, some guys watching TV, and like they want to talk about how HD the TV is or something. And they'd be like, this TV's so real, it's like you're there. And then it's like they're watching a concert, and then you see Slash like
in the living room.
And then he has like one line, and then he's like playing the guitar for the rest of the commercial out of focus.
Wow.
While they have like tune in next week and get this for only $19.99. It's like that whole thing.
Yeah.
And then Slash just showed up, played some notes.
I can't tell you how many of those type of TV commercials I've worked on. We have an ethnically ambiguous family in a nondescript, oversized but not too wealthy living room. Usually we have to repurpose every room in the house because there's a TV for the bedroom and a TV for the living room and a TV for the kitchen. And it's nuts. Oh, I'm complaining like I don't like that. I love working on TV stuff because the product nerds come in and they're like, oh, the TV has to do this and it has to do that. So we get breaks.
Great.
Anytime we get like products like that, it's like, all right, see you in an hour. Like, Slash is here whenever you're ready. You know, I didn't do that specific commercial, but
Right.
a lot of my stories don't have endings, so I keep just talking until someone interrupts me.
And then we do the orchestra.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop. So if I'm rambling at any point, just get and I'll stop mid word. That'd be hilarious.
Dude, commercial shoots are because I've worked on a few too, and I think like when I first moved to Los Angeles, I had this like idea. Also, I was like working on set. Like, there's this fantasy, like nostalgic assumption,
Yeah.
you know, of what it's like, and then you realize that it's just like the people there. It's like real crew members that are just like, dude, I got to just do this, and then we got to go, then we got to move.
Yeah.
And then there's like no time for like this nostalgia-ness.
Right.
In a lot of ways. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you find small ways to experience that, you know, like,
Yeah.
like I auditioned, especially when I first moved to LA, I was auditioning for so many commercials, man.
Yeah.
I was the go-to guy to be on hold for something.
Right.
And I auditioned, I think when I was in LA, I think it was like, it took me, I think 7 years to book my first national commercial.
Oh my God.
And of those 7 years, I auditioned for probably 400.
That's a lot.
And
Because that was before self-tapes.
that was before we were doing self-tapes.
Yeah. So for those of you at home, that means Paul had to go somewhere and wait in line with 20 or 30 other people to be seen to audition in real life 400 times.
And then I would then get a callback. And now I have a callback. Sometimes I would have 3 auditions in one day. And then I have 3 auditions in one day. Then I get a callback for all of them. That means I have 6 auditions that week, plus other ones on other days. So I was auditioning 2 times a day, every day.
Wow.
And
working at night?
And working at night and working during the day sometimes. And I was just, thankfully, bro, I never had to have a job where I was obliged to be there and I couldn't just like leave. I always had a flexible job.
That's awesome.
And I made sure I was able to do that just so I don't miss any opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, but then at the same time, I was broke as hell, you know, and like I was, you know, and I talk about this, like in order to save money, I was living in a 1-bedroom apartment with a white rapper named Scripture.
Oh, how's Scripture doing?
He changed his name now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he just goes by Mike.
Is he still a rapper?
Yeah.
Cool.
He still raps. But I'm like living with Scripture, 1-bedroom apartment, and I was paying $550 a month. And then I was auditioning for as many commercials as I could and just waiting to see. And I was like, all right, I'm going to book this one. Then I'm on hold for it. Then you don't get it. Then you don't get it. And this
Did you
happens.
book anything regional or local before you booked your first national? Were you getting anything?
Yeah, I was getting some stuff. I was getting some TV stuff, and
Yeah.
like, you know, I was booking one-line parts on TV. Then I was booking a few bigger parts, and then I started doing a play, and then I was working on a play. Then I'm also doing open mics.
Yeah.
Then I'm also doing shows. So I'm also like keeping busy and
Hustling.
doing things, hustling, just hustle, like wake up, hustle. Like, dude, I used to wake up in a panic. It's almost like I'd wake up before the day would start feeling behind.
Yeah.
And I would operate from feeling behind, and I would just do things in like this panic mode.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm hustling so hard. It's like I'm doing this thing, I'm doing that thing, then I got that shoot, then I got this other thing. Then I'm like, oh, I'm going to work on my homie set and, you know, work as a PA to make some extra money. Then I'm going to do this thing. Then I got this audition. And it was, you know, the grind. And I was like, let's go.
Yeah. And then still making content for yourself and, you know, on top of all that stuff.
Yeah, at that time I wasn't. Yeah, I was still creating stuff. Like I was always even when I first moved out here, I shot a pilot on my own where I shot like 5 sketches.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm going to use this as a sketch show. And I had like delusions of grandeur. I'm just like, yeah, bro, I'll just send this to MTV.
Yeah. To the guy. There's a guy at MTV. I'm going to send it to that guy.
That's how I thought it worked.
That's how everybody thinks it works. And it's so weird because no 2 TV shows are like made the same way. No 2 movies are produced the same way. So people are like, how does it work? And even if you've done it 10 times, you're like, I don't know how the next one's going to work. I can tell you how the last 10 worked, but those were all different. So it's just nuts because people think there's a formula. It's like, oh, I just go beat Jerry Bruckheimer and then I'm going to do everything. You cut me off whenever.
No, dude, I was going to say, are you familiar with Robert Evans?
Robert Evans. Yes.
Paramount.
Yeah, I just watched that show. Yeah.
Oh, which one? Is it The Kid in the Mirror?
The Offer.
The Offer. Yeah. And it's about Robert Evans, right?
Yes. And my neighbor across the hall photographed Robert Evans, and I just bought a print, and I'm going to hang it over my couch.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope, bro. That's a dope moment of capture of that guy, man. Yeah. That guy is a G, bro.
Wow. I mean, what an insane story.
Dude, this guy got discovered. So you're familiar with his discovery story, right?
Not how he got discovered, but about how he discovered the guy that made the Godfather.
Yeah. Francis Coppola.
Right, but also the producer. I forgot his name, but the producer is the one that really put it together. He put Coppola together with like all the actors.
Yeah, and like basically Robert Evans was such a integral part in the making of so many historic, iconic films like Rosemary's Baby, Godfather, and so many others. And like his story is that he was swimming at the Beverly Hills Hotel, and someone saw him and was like, I want to put you in a movie.
Wow.
And they put him in a movie. And then at the time, he was a pants salesman.
Pants?
He was making pants. So I think him and his brother had like a company that had something to do with pants.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it was pants. And it might have been women's skirts. And then he might have just basically became a clothing company. But it was something about clothes that he was working in. And then he just got discovered that way. And it's like, I think a lot of people remember stories like this. And they're like, this could happen to me.
Yeah, or they hear about like Elvis just goes to Hollywood. It's like, well, that was Elvis. Like he was primed for it. He was already super famous.
Yeah, and there's also like these stories that you'll see. Like I used to live on Hollywood in La Brea. That's when I was living with Scripture.
Yeah.
And then I used to walk towards the Kodak Theater, where they would have stories of people's come up stories on the floors. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I used to live in my car, and then I was down to my last dollar, and then 2 weeks later, I got the call that I'm gonna be starring in a movie, and then it says actor. It doesn't say the name. And then I'm like, I've been in that same scenario.
Yeah.
Where I've been down to my last dollar, and then I just lost it.
Yeah.
Now I have nothing.
And I had to figure it out.
And then I'm like, but I thought the floor told me.
Yeah.
The floor told me you were going to call me.
Yeah. I even got down to my last dollar on purpose so I could get that movie I auditioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just says Scripture as the quote. It's like, what the hell's happening?
Scripture, your roommate?
Yeah, man. Like on the floor, like all these quotes that they would say. And like, it's crazy because I used to walk there with Scripture. Me and Scripture used to go on the floor, and like we used to go to the Kodak Theater and look at these quotes on the floor.
Right. On the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yeah, the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Yeah. And then we would see these things, and he would look at it and he'd be like, man, I can't wait for my story to be on the floor.
And now he has one.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you said Scripture on it.
Oh, no, I'm just saying like as a bit.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. Another bit that didn't work.
Hey,
welcome to the show where the bits don't work.
Welcome to the Bits Don't Work show. I'm your host, Not Funny.
Yo, that actually be a great show.
Yeah.
Bits that don't work. Just put it on MTV.
Yeah.
They'll buy it.
Yeah, we'll just go to any open mic and scoop up like all the 22-year-old kids and be like, come on down to the show.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're actually going to think it should work.
Right. The network would go, well, we have a couple of notes. Great. This is that show. Wouldn't that be funny if you made a show where you let all the executives give all the notes to kind of keep them distracted from giving notes on anybody else's shows? Yeah, just come over here and give us your notes, man. It's great. We want to hear. We value your input.
Dude, some like network, but also it's like network notes. People like hate on network notes so much. Like a lot of creatives are like, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They always say that. Yeah. Not always, but in a lot of ways, people look at network notes and they have such an allergic reaction to them. Mm-hmm. But also it's like, they're looking at it from what sells, and they're in the business of selling.
Right.
So it's like, it's going to have, so their creative notes are going to come from a seller's perspective.
Yeah.
Which is not yours. So it's going to feel weird. Like I've heard notes where they're like, what if he's playing golf? And that's like the note. And it's just like, I don't understand. And then the person's like, what?
Without any context. Like those are the notes that drive me crazy. I get notes on the commercial level where like we've spent 2 days building a set. We've lit it. We're ready to shoot. And then one of the 14 people from the advertising agency who's also been working on this for 7 months goes, what if we just painted the whole wall purple? And I'll go, that's fine. We need to get a union paint company in here, and it's going to take you another 2 days. We have to undress the entire set. It's probably going to cost you about $175,000. They're like, no, we'll keep it. We'll keep it like it is. Like, they don't think of the cost. It's like, it reminds me of high school, right? In my high school, and I don't know if they do this anymore, but we would have this one class where everyone had to say something. Like, we sat around in a circle, and everyone had to give their opinion. And it was like, well, I agree with that guy. So what, do I need to say something new? But everybody wanted to have some new hot take. And it reminds me of that when we get these notes where it's like, well, I have to say something or my boss is going to think that I'm not doing my job. You could just go, good job. Looks like we planned it. I'm glad to be here. That's all you have to say. But yeah, people create problems for no reason.
Yeah, there's also some people that just want to say notes for the sake of a note.
Yeah.
And like there's people who just like sometimes will just say a thing just to say it. Like I was at my friend's house and her roommate was like, we were in the kitchen and it was quiet for a second and she's looking around and she goes, well, that's a lot of popcorn. And then she just
that's a lot of popcorn. We just named the episode. That's a lot of popcorn.
But in the spirit it was said, and it's just like, yeah, I know you want to just like start a conversation, but like it, like me, I sometimes I hear things 3-dimensionally where I'm like, I know where that's said from. It's like you can't handle silence.
Yeah.
And it's okay if it's quiet. It's okay if it's silent, and but there's a lot of people that aren't comfortable with that because they feel like they need to like add something.
Yeah.
And there's some people that do that. And there's that creative version of that when people give notes where it's like they would have the purple line.
Right.
They feel like they just need to say something and they say it. But actually it's like I think the real dope thing, especially when you're giving creative notes and even just being creative and having a conversation, is just being able to have the words you say really impactful. It's not about how much you say, but how impactful it is, even if you could say it with a few sentences.
Yeah. Like if you don't talk a lot, but when you do talk, everybody listens. Like,
dude,
that's the goal.
Dude, like that quote, like that Rocky, that Sylvester Stallone had. He goes, it's not how hard you hit, it's how hard you actually get hit and you get back up. It's a very short sentence. So all the dopest quotes are very short. Some are long, but then
all of them, but some.
Yeah. And then it's just like, I'm trying to live, like basically be able to communicate my thoughts. And I think that's what helped me so much with stand-up.
Yeah.
Is being able to communicate my thoughts and punchlines with the word economy. And I'm really focusing on saying things with the least amount of words.
Yeah. When I started, I wanted to say things with the most amount of words. If I was painting a picture or telling a story, I wanted you to know that there were 3 cameras in the room, and then there was 2 microphones, and there were 2 of us talking, and you had white shoes on with like the pink or red strip and the gray, and there was black bottoms, and so many side branches that don't matter. It was like my ADD was taking over. It was like, you want to do that kind of detail, you need to write Lord of the Rings 9 or whatever. Like, Go write a book. Comedy needs to be like bop, boop, bang, get us in, hit us with a punchline, get the fuck out, maybe tag it a couple times.
Yeah, and there's also a way, like, if you were to be so intricate, like if you're going to describe the shoe, like there needs to be a purpose, and you can't just describe things and just say things to just say them.
Right.
And I think in a lot of, with some comedy, I mean, I would say like green comedy, it's like there's just a lot of unnecessary explanation. And
super guilty of that.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. Because I heard on, I consume so many podcasts from like such legendary comedians that's like, all I heard was right on stage. So I would just go to these mics and I would grab it and I'd be like, okay, I'm going to tell you a story about, I'm like prefacing the story with like extra words I don't need. And, I would just go off and I could see people just go, oh my God, when is this going to be over? And then I would see the light and I'd be like, man, I haven't even set up the story. I haven't even told you the premise. I just put you in half of the room. So it's like I'm doing right now. Like your eyes are glazing over. You're like, is this over yet?
Hilarious. No, man, dude, I'm the same way, man. Like I would write on stage, and then it would just feel, long-winded because people think just because we're writing on stage, things can just feel long, and it's fine to do that. But then you'll find something. I think that's why it's good to go to the open mic and just talk and make it long-winded because then you'll find the thing.
Yeah,
it's like there's practice, then there's the game.
Yeah.
So like in practice, I'll take a bunch of unnecessary shots so I can find what works.
Yeah.
So, I think it's good that if it feels long-winded and then you're like, okay, I can just cut. It's like, great. That was the first draft.
Right.
And then the second time you do the mic, or the show, then it's like a little less. Like,
now I do it here.
Oh, great. Hell yeah.
I built my own brick wall with a mic. And I have
I saw this. Do you do shows here?
No. This place could only hold like 10 people tops. But I have a spotlight that I put on and I tape myself. And I'll go home and watch it and I'll cut it together and I'll come back and do it the next day and I'll skinny it up.
Dude, you can do like a really dope mic here.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, I don't know if you want that many people in here.
I don't.
Yeah.
The only people I want to know where this place is are guests of this show.
Right. Yeah.
But it's open and available. If anybody needs tape, anybody that's been on this show can come tape themselves or use it whenever they want.
Yeah. Dude, I saw during the pandemic, comics were filming themselves, but then adding laughs.
Oh.
And they would basically cut it in a way where they're doing stand-up in front of like a theater. Mm-hmm. I saw comics do that. And I saw this one person do it, and it was so good.
Yeah.
The joke was actually funny.
That helps.
And they were just manufacturing these laughs.
Oh, I have an unlimited sound library of laughs that I can download. I bombed.
You can use that one.
Yeah. The breathy one. We're just doing like sound bites for other people.
Yeah. Do you want me to do Foley for your...
Right. I would assume that our VO rates are considerably higher than... We shouldn't give away this stuff for free is what I'm saying.
Our laughs?
Yeah.
Someone's download this podcast and use...
Or like the knee slapper. That was a pirate laugh, actually.
Yeah.
I could do evil laughs.
Let me hear it.
Ha! What's the...
What the hell is that?
I was coughing.
Okay, no, I thought that was the laugh.
No, I was trying to do the from what's his name? The Count from Sesame Street.
How did he laugh again?
1 2 I don't know if that's a laugh or not.
No, yeah, I think it was like just ... sounded like.
Yeah. Is that like evil Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Ho ho ho!
But instead of ho ho ho,
Ho ha ho ha ha ha!
I always thought it was wild that Santa would give coal to bad kids.
Right?
Because then it's like, now you want to know why they end up being criminals.
Yeah, and well, that's the thing is that you would get back to school after Christmas and you'd look around and be like, Rain, did you get that coal that I know you got? And then they would get toys and shit. Like, no, Santa doesn't, because everybody got toys.
Yeah, but also I understand it's like bad kids would get coals, then good kids would just get fake guns.
Yeah.
So it's just like they should just give the bad kids real guns.
Right. It's like if your parents smoke, you don't smoke.
Right.
You give the bad kids guns. They don't want to be criminals when they grow up.
Dude, one time for Christmas, my uncle gave me a carton of cigarettes.
How old were you?
I was 16.
Did you were you ever a smoker?
Yeah. But I was just like, dude, you need to be more creative.
I mean, a carton of cigarettes to a kid who can't get cigarettes.
But also to like my nephews, they looked at that. They're like, Santa gave him this gift. They still believe in Santa. So then they saw a pack of Marlboro menthol lights.
Right. Yeah, that's a bad example.
They're like, why is Santa giving out cigarettes? Or like my dad would like get like a Hennessy. Like when I was a kid, like my uncle would like wrap up a Christmas present, give my dad a Hennessy bottle.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I would see my uncles, how they would behave when they get drunk, and they're loud and silly and obnoxious. And I knew how much that would bother my mom and my aunts and everything else. So I'm like, why is Santa contributing? So I'm like, Santa hates my mom.
Santa hates my mom, dude.
Like, why is Santa giving my uncle Coke?
Yeah, well, Santa's got a bad problem with that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I got to get all the way around the world.
Yeah, how else am I going to stay up?
What do you want from me?
Dude, Santa for real's taking Adderall.
Oh, at least, right?
Yeah, man.
Or there's got to be some kind of like Star Trek time warp super reindeer, warp speed thing.
Yeah, I always ask my mom. Like, I remember I asked my mom technical questions about Santa because I believe Santa was real for a while. Mm-hmm. And I remember my mom was like, "What do you want for Christmas?" And I was like, "I want a lion." I told my mom I want a lion.
A real lion. Or a Detroit lion.
I want the Detroit Lions to win. And Santa's like, "Listen.
Just one time."
The real Santa came and was like, "I can't."
He's like, "I'm not Jesus, bro."
Yeah, I'm Tim Allen.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Yeah.
Dude, Tim Allen was the best Santa.
Oh, yeah, the Santa Claus. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Tim Allen was a great Santa because Tim Allen has this thing, and like I've worked with him a few times too.
Oh,
like,
nice.
Tim has this thing about him where he just has this like regular guy, like unapologetic response to things.
Yeah.
That I really enjoyed watching in his characters.
Yeah.
And I think with Santa, having Santa start off, like, because, Santa was this guy who's like work obsessed and he doesn't have a good relationship with his family. Then it turns out, he ended up being Santa, in Jingle All, I think it wasn't Jingle All the Way. I think it was Santa Claus. I think that was the name of the movie, or Claus.
Yeah, the Claus and then the Santa Claus. JB, look that up real quick. Yes.
Yeah, look that up, player.
I need a Jamie. I'm getting a Jamie. Anyway, I can look it up real quick.
Yeah, Tim Allen was my favorite Santa. I loved him as Santa. And then Arnold Schwarzenegger, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in Jingle All the Way.
Right.
And which I thought it was wild that Santa could talk like that.
Yeah, get down.
Yeah. Here are your gifts.
Yes. Here's some dumbbells for you. That's horrible. Let's see here.
Yeah, it definitely got Scottish.
Yeah.
Here's some dumbbells for you.
If I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times.
Yeah.
All right. The Santa Claus. Toy Story 4. Nope. Lots of Toy Story. How long ago was Santa Claus? I'm all the way to 2007. Wild Hogs.
I haven't seen Wild Hogs.
So the Santa Claus was in... Oh, the Santa Claus 2.
Oh, The Santa Claus is the name of the movie.
The Santa Claus, but not spelled like...
KLAUS.
It's like a legal clause.
Yeah.
Because he signed some piece of paper. So there's the Santa Claus, and then there's the Santa Claus 2.
Yeah. Tim Allen was great, man. I thought he was like one of the best Santas. I mean, I also... not Russell Crowe. What's his name was in the Christmas Chronicles, which was super popular on Netflix. It wasn't Russell Crowe in it, but I can't remember the name of I can't remember this actor's name. I'm so embarrassed. He was married to Goldie Hawn. Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell played Santa too. He did great.
Let's pick that back up.
Yeah, Kurt Russell was also my favorite Santa.
Yes. Kurt Russell is awesome as Santa.
He was awesome as Santa.
Yeah.
I just want Santa to be Middle Eastern.
Okay. Who would be a good Santa, Middle Eastern Santa?
I'd like to see probably Mo Amer play Santa. Mo should play Santa. It would be great to see a Muslim playing Santa.
Yeah. What about Amir K?
Amir K as Santa?
Yeah, skinny. Amir K is skinny Santa Claus.
Yeah, he just does axe outs all the time.
Yeah. He's like, what's up, player?
Yeah, guy.
Yeah, here's your gifts, bro. He delivers on a boat.
Yeah. Bro, Amir be fishing.
Oh, yeah. He's killing it right now.
Fishing?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, fishing and comedy.
Oh, and comedy, yeah.
Yeah,
mostly fishing.
Very funny. I think I saw him perform more than any other comic during Pandy.
Yeah, he was performing a lot.
Yeah, he just happened to be lined up with the people that would let me shoot at the places I was shooting, so he was just everywhere.
Yeah, we had him on our show a few times too.
Yeah, I've never photographed one of your shows. Let's plug it. It's Low Key, right?
Yes, Low Key Comedy Show.
Yeah, was that the one in the truck?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Where is that?
We have multiple locations.
It's a secret.
Well, we do it in Eagle Rock mostly.
Okay.
And then we stopped doing it outdoors and just moved back into the Comedy Store.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we basically do it at the Comedy Store once a month, and then we do outdoors once every 3 months. I mean, we wanted to do it more frequently, obviously, but it's like, you know, we're moving towards that direction.
Sure.
I mean, during the pandemic, we were once a week.
Yeah.
Once
there's
every
nothing
2
to
weeks.
do. And outdoor live comedy was like primed and ready when the pandy hit.
Yeah.
And then there was like a couple of other clubs that popped up.
Man, that was the best creative experience I've ever had, doing those outdoor shows.
Yeah. You got to solve a lot of problems.
Yeah, man. Dude, it was wild. Like, after shows, people would come up to me. There was one guy that came up to me, and he was with his wife, and then he was like, hey, man, I just want to say thank you so much. And then he started to, like, cry. And then I'm like, man, what a bitch. This guy's crying, holding his wife's hand. His wife is just, like, rolling her eyes.
Me and my cuck-ass husband out here.
This weak-ass husband.
Yeah.
She goes, baby, it's just comedy. He's like, yeah, but
it means everything.
Yeah.
Did you try and console him, or were you like, get on my face, bitch?
Dude, I got really emotional a lot of times, man, because
Yeah.
like I think there was a time where I just didn't know when it was going to end and like get stopped by police, and like every event I was like, at any moment a cop can come by and just arrest us for putting on this show.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you were like legit underground, like no permits. You just picked the parking lot and just went, let's go.
yeah.
Wow. That's gangster.
Yeah,
People are going to look back on that like legendary.
Player, I'll say this, man, I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, you can't.
I didn't care, man. I was like, great, fucking arrest me, man. Like, I mean, also I was at this point where I was building a lot of momentum in LA as a comedian, and then when it all stopped, and then Matt Rife was really the one who called me and was like, let's do a show.
Yeah.
And then I worked with him, and then we ended up setting it up in the back of his apartment building, and we pulled it off. And then we're like, let's do it again. Like, let's see what we can get away with.
Yeah. Because, you know, when you get away with a crime, you want to see if you can do it again.
Yeah.
Because think about it, you were committing crimes.
Yeah, dude, I was a felon.
I
was committing comedy in the second degree.
I mean, maybe like misdemeanor. I'll give you a misdemeanor. I don't know if is a felony to.
Well, look, I'm trying to earn some street credit.
Oh yeah, okay. What's higher than a felony then? You were that
Yeah, I was that guy. I was OJ.
platinum. I mean, that's murder.
Oh, okay.
Is murder a felony?
I think murder is a felony.
Welcome back to Two Smart Guys. I'm here with my attorney.
Welcome to Two Guys, One Glove.
Right. I worked on the OJ thing for FX.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, where I was going to say Harry Connick Jr. That is not his name.
Cuba
Gooding Jr.
Puerto Rican Cuba
Yes.
Jr.
He played OJ.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest set to be on because it was Travolta, it was Ross from Friends, it was Cuba Gooding Jr., it was that lady that does all the weird stuff on FX. Like all in one room, like doing this one picture.
Yeah.
We're doing the photo shoot for
Yeah,
it.
David Schwimmer is Ross from Friends forever.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
first name Ross, middle name from. Just like.
Yeah. When I met John, the first thing I said to him was like, I love Face Off. Like he's so much taller than me. I was like, hi, I love Face Off. And he was like, yeah, cool. And he just fucking walked past me.
Hilarious.
Yeah, because I did love Face Off at the time.
Yeah, man, he needs to accept that and embrace it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get really happy when, well, I guess it depends on timing. You never know what's going on in his life, but Face Off is something that he should definitely take the time to celebrate on his own, because that was a fantastic movie.
It was an insanely good movie, and I think it didn't get the flowers that it deserves. And I don't think a lot of people come up to him every day and go, I love Face Off. I think he gets like Grease and all that other silly shit.
Scientology.
Pulp Fiction. Oh,
Yeah.
Scientology. Yeah, or I Fly Planes Too, bro. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that shit.
If you were that famous and you had that much money and you had your own 747, would you fly it yourself?
No.
No.
I'm not really into flying planes.
No. I want to be driven around. I want to be flown around.
Yeah.
None of this flying and driving myself stuff.
Yeah, I don't have any desire to. I mean, if I have a boat, I'd like to like drive my boat. And like, I mean, I'd still would like to drive my own car, but I don't know if I would. I'm just too nervous. I just don't want to fly a plane. And like, it's sort of like, you know, rappers doing stand up.
Oh, yeah, good. That's a way to circle back to that.
Yeah. Also, I was going to say, Was OJ ever invited on set?
No. Well, I was only there for the promos. We shot the live action promos, and we were a guest of the show. We shot on their set. We normally build their set out on another stage, so we don't have to mess with their crew. So no, that was. Was he invited to the show? Perhaps. Was he in one of the writers' meetings? I'd probably say yeah. Did he get some money from FX? 100%. They're the most gangster network on the planet.
Dude, they're like the death row of networks.
They are. They will throw you off a balcony.
Which, did Suge Knight do that?
I think he held somebody over a balcony. But it might have been the balcony here. Because this used to be a death row studio. I got to cut that out.
Yeah. Well, Suge is in jail right now, right?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. If Suge was in this room, I probably wouldn't be able to point him out.
Well, you know what I'm also curious about, bro? How are people in jail going on Instagram Live?
Oh, burners. Yeah. Why isn't the warden cracking down on that? I don't know.
Dude, I know a prisoner that has more followers than me.
Wow.
There's like this prisoner who's like getting great numbers on TikTok, and he's like posting videos of him.
That's insane. And that's got to go viral, right? It's like, have you seen this prisoner? Like, you're bringing it up. It's word of mouth.
Yeah, dude. And the guy got, I think he was in jail or in prison for accessory to murder.
Accessory.
Accessory,
he was driving the getaway car.
Accessory to murder is like providing the weapon, right?
Providing the weapon, driving the getaway car, being in the presence without reporting it, being in the getaway car, and being a passenger in the getaway car.
What if you're an Uber driver and you just picked up someone who just murdered someone?
Then it's manslaughter.
The Uber driver is manslaughter?
I mean, you know what? I
mean, we are the worst lawyers.
Yeah. We're on a billboard. We're like, hey, do you need an attorney and can't afford one? Good. We're for you. Like,
dude, Abrams and Elia law firm.
Let's go. Or what about Elia and Abrams?
Yeah, I like that better, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me be the first build.
What about Isaac?
EA? Yo, EA law.
IP.
EAIP?
EAIP.
Well, EA is Elia.
We'll say
Abrams.
that for our insurance company.
EAIP, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
EAIP.
Protect your home and auto.
Bro,
EAIP.
You don't understand about these like insurance commercials. Like they'll get like these older senior citizens just like in the beginning of the commercial, like sad as fuck. Mm-hmm. And then they'll have this voiceover saying, our insurance program requires 24/7 phone service. And then you see like an old person like on the phone, just like
on like a corded, like regular landline.
Yeah. Just like nodding like this. I've never been on the phone happy to talk to someone about insurance.
Oh no.
Like that.
Yeah. But as an actor, you could act like it.
It's just so big. Like sort of like the General commercials. Like have you seen the General commercial, how bad the acting is?
With Shaq. Oh my God. I got put on hold for one of those once. And I was like, okay, here we go. Like I think they make them bad on purpose. Like 5 Hour Energy commercials used to be horrible.
Yeah, like one guy was like this. When I'm tired, I like to drink 5 Hour Energy.
5 Hour Energy. And then that was it.
Yeah.
And then they made $1 billion trillion, and they still don't spend any more. I think it was the guy who owns the company's nephew doing the commercials. Legit. That's what I think I heard. And I think they just didn't give him any more money. He just got better at making commercials.
Yeah, dude, those commercials stink.
Their product shots are like, it's like the 5 Hour Energy is just on a park bench, but like the hot sun is blazing down on it. There's no grip or electric. It's just like,
yeah, I'm like, can you at least remove the crackhead that's in the shot?
Taking a shit in the background.
Yeah. I'm like, can production do something?
Yeah, it's just me, man. Uncle Tony said I had to get this done by the end of the day.
He only gave me 5 hours to do this.
Yeah, and only one energy drink. Oh, shit, I drank it. What are we going to shoot with now?
Dude, I used to audition for a lot of these commercials in Detroit.
Oh, shit.
These like free 5 Hour Energy,
yeah.
AARP, JG Wentworth commercials.
Oh, call 1-877-CASH now.
Yeah, 877 cash now, right? I used to audition for these commercials. And one of them, I was like, so what's the pay? And they said, well, we're paying you an experience.
What?
And that is a currency no landlord accepts.
No, can't pay you rent with that.
I can't be like, yo, man, I'm short, but with a great new rate, you can save some time, blah, blah.
Oh, call the General.
For a great new rate, you can get online, call the General and save some time.
Wow. Man, I haven't heard that in a very long time.
Or your mattress is free.
Yeah. Who plugs their own family's company on their podcast? Oh, Rick Glassman does ads for his own dad's rug warehouse in Ohio.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I want to do that for my brother's law firm. My brother owns his own law firm.
Do it right now.
Let me tell you something. When you're in an auto accident and you don't know who to turn to, call Elia and Ponto. Elia and Ponto is the only personal injury law firm that cares. The other ones just don't.
What state are they based out of?
In Michigan.
Maybe throw that in. Let's do it again. I'm going to give you a little note.
All right, great.
I'm going to give you a note. Let's lead off with if you're in the greater Michigan area.
Yeah, hold on, wait. I got to do a turn and then turn to camera.
Yeah.
I got to do like we're talking and then I'm going to turn to this. All right, hold on.
Do you want me to give you an action?
Yeah, you give me an action.
And action.
That's what I did. If you're in the greater Michigan area and you need a lawyer that can take care of you when you're in an auto accident, call the law offices of Elia and Ponto right now at 877-55-EP-LAW. I think that's the number 2.
I'll put it blinking under you. Do they have a website?
Yeah, I think eplaw.com.
That's eplaw.com for all your greater Michigan law office needs and wants. See,
and desires.
It didn't need and wants. It just needs. See, I put 2 extra words on there.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like I'll see his commercials and like there's like these commercials of like, which I was studying the style because I wanted to like, you know, and I'll give him some ideas for like commercials that he should shoot. And, you know, I've produced commercials before and I organize shoots and it's interesting, like some of these like real cheesy law firm commercials, like this style of like.
What's up with the encyclopedias behind them all the time?
Well, I think it's like if you look at the perspective of the viewer, they were in an auto accident. So you basically need to let them know that, hey, if you're ever injured, there's these people that will make sure you get the most money you want. We will be available for you to talk to you. And we will, we're reliable and honest.
Right.
Those are, I would say, the 3 key facets of hiring a lawyer when you're in an accident.
Yeah. And from a marketing perspective, you're not marketing to the person who's just in an accident. You're marketing to the people before they get in accidents. So they'll think of you when it's accident time.
Yeah, like when they're holding their broken leg.
Yeah.
And their bone has pierced the skin.
Are you holding your broken leg? Has your bone pierced the skin?
Yeah, so hold on, I'm going to take that back. Yeah. Has your bone pierced the skin? Is your spleen damaged? At Elia and Ponto, we care for your spleen and your femur. Call 877-55-EP-LAW today.
The delay on today is timeless. I'm going to hack all of these up for you, and I hope you put it online. I think that would be funny to do like these law commercials for your actual brother and make them funny like Dollar Shave Club style.
Yeah.
And then it blows up his business and it blows up your channel and socials.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I gave him this idea. I don't know if he'll admit that I gave it to him, but I told him, I was like, you should take one of your billboards and flip it upside down.
Yeah, somebody did that here.
Yeah, Carl Jacob did that.
Carl Jacob did that. What's
And-
his obsession with basketball?
Dude, this guy Carl Jacob is a G.
Is he?
I don't know enough about him to say exactly why.
I don't either.
But what I will say is that this guy, what he puts in advertising, this guy's sponsoring the Lakers.
That's big because every billboard's like $80,000 a month or something. That's a lot of dough.
Man, in Detroit, there's essentially like 5 or 6 big personal injury attorneys, right? Like there's competition between them.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like they all have different commercial styles. They all have billboards. And it's basically like this battle for your business in Detroit. So a lot of these billboards, like what they'll have is they'll be like, you know what? How do we up this? They'll say, we'll buy more billboards. We'll buy more billboards. So now it's like there's 80 billboards bought that all say 1-800-CALL Mike Morris, who's like an injury attorney. Then there's Jeffrey Feiger, right? I don't know if you remember Jeffrey Feiger. He was like a insane personality. And he got a lot of fame from representing a lot of like celebrities and like
In Detroit?
in LA.
Oh,
in
okay.
entertainment. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he had some famous cases, right? And then he basically leveraged that to be like, I'm a big player in Detroit.
Yeah.
So people in Detroit are like, oh, we know him. He's famous. We want to hire a famous attorney.
Yeah.
So it's basically this battle of being popular. And if you're popular and famous, people want to give you their business.
Yeah.
In the personal injury world. So it's less of like, how reliable are you? And really it's like, if you're famous. So that's why I was like, so that's why I called Jacob. I respect it so much because it's like, everywhere you go, it's him. If I'm in an accident in LA, I'd probably call Jacob.
Yeah, I would too. You would never talk to Jacob, but you know who to call.
But sometimes they talk to like their big clients. Like if there's like a big case that they know they can get a lot of money off of.
I love it when they list off how much money they've won for other people. They're like, I've won $4.7 billion for my clients. Like, that's a lot of dough.
Yeah.
Like, who paid that out?
Right. And then, bro, I mean.
Is that why my insurance is so high?
Yeah.
Is that why my health insurance doesn't exist?
Yeah, man. Because someone slipped and fell
Yeah.
at a Walgreens.
That's so funny.
And they have $2 million.
Slip and falls. Yeah.
Dude, I remember I was so broke at one time, bro. I was just looking for places to fall.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, what's the turnaround on that? From slip and fall to cash. It's like got to be 6 months, right?
From slip to fall to cash.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
I mean, the slip to fall ratio is pretty short, but like the fall to
cash.
That's a good name for a shitty lawyer.
From fall to cash. Oh, that is genius.
Call Fall to Cash. Hello, I'm Mike Fall to Cash, and I'm here to get you the most money for your planned or unplanned slip and falls.
Fall to cash is genius.
Yeah.
Wow, dude.
It's like Saul Goodman.
Because we don't get cash unless you fall.
We don't get cash unless you bust your ass.
And we'll bust our ass to make sure you get the cash for your fall.
Have you busted your ass? Call us to get some cash.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Dude.
We should do a whole like VO session of just...
It's like the general type commercial.
Yeah.
For general insurance, but for slip and falls.
Yeah. I could set the green screen up.
Dude, we need to do some Saul Goodman style.
Yeah. We'll just get our shitty suits on, like the oversized ones with the shoulder pads.
Oh, yeah. You mean the Family Feud suits?
Yes. Yeah. What's his name?
Steve Harvey.
The Steve Harvey.
Welcome to the Family Feud. We have the Brown family. Oh, I don't know if I can do a Steve Harvey impression.
That was not bad. What does he say when, let's go to the board? No, what does it say? Show me the board.
Yeah, one time I think I heard him say, "Show me titties." And I'm like, that was such a perfect.
As far as clips go, that out of context, getting clips, just you going, "Show me titties," and now I got me doing it, and I can put a beat behind it.
Yeah, no, show me titties, and you can do like the board and let's do an X.
With the X.
Yeah.
It'll be the third X too, and we wham, wham, wham.
Yeah, no, because what I liked about Steve Harvey is like he goes, he'll be like, name me something that your husband wishes he can have, but he can't get all the time. And then they hit it, and then the woman's like, titties. And then his reaction is so great because he knows how to hold a reaction.
Yeah, and he looks right in the camera. Oh, he'll throw his papers around like he's sweating in church. Have you ever seen any of his clips of when he's like quasi like motivational preaching before the show?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, it's the best.
Steve Harvey is great. I think he has some amazing bars. I mean, also it's so interesting. Like he has a very honest approach, and I haven't heard everything that he said, but in a lot of the clips that he said, they are motivational. They are great. I mean, he was getting a lot of heat for some of the things he was saying. Like he had to take about, he goes, women care like how much money you make. You know, women care about a few things. And one of the things is how much money a man is making. And he was getting a lot of heat for that. And a lot of women were saying like, you know, that is unfair. That is actually sexist and misogynist. Like that's not true. And, you know, some of his takes are controversial. They're not like Andrew Tate controversial.
No.
Man, that motherfucker.
Bro, he's been a pain in my ass for the last month and a half.
Why?
Because my shorts on YouTube are getting lumped in with his content. Like, maybe just for me and my algorithm, but when I go to check on my short and see how it's doing, and I scroll up, it's always fucking Andrew Tate under it. Like the algorithm thinks I want to see it. I don't follow anything. I only follow comics on YouTube. But they give me a lot of Andrew Tate content.
Yeah, maybe they want you to be the next Andrew Tate.
I would love to be controversial, but I just don't give a shit about anything on either side. I'm so centrist, and I'm selfish. Like, I'm real selfish. I could be like the most selfish guy in the world, but I think Bert Kreischer cornered that market a little bit. No offense, Bert, because he watches the show.
Yeah.
I just don't. I want to be out there like looking bad things about weird people, but like I just don't. I don't have it. I don't have hot takes on stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going for more of like the Jimmy Fallon, middle of the road, late night host kind of thing. Maybe Conan.
And Jimmy be like, hey everyone, welcome to the show.
Hey.
So this is interesting. The other day we, he goes, okay. So by the way, another news. By the way, hi, the Roots guys.
Ta-da! Just so happy all the time.
Yeah, I'd be happy too.
Oh yeah, what do you think he's making per night? Or do you think it's a yearly just hunk of money? You think it's like $50 million a year?
I don't know how they would break down a contract like that. I mean, I know that networks would obviously try to get someone for as long as they could. Like they will basically be like, here's a 5-year contract.
Yeah.
And then once it blows up, they're basically like, oh, great. Because if we were to do a 2-year contract, and on the 3rd year, this dude is like, I need way more.
Yeah.
And then basically they cap it. You know what I mean? So also because someone can be like, I want $1 billion. And then they're like, listen, we can only pay you what's fair based on, market value or whatnot. I mean, there's so much intricacies that go into contracts.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to understand more because I think as a performer, I just care so much about just doing the work. I just want to perform.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just want to do the thing. Give me the stage. Let me perform. And then we have to be like, hang on a second. Let me review this contract. Do you know how many times I didn't realize this. People just send me shit and be like, all right, sign this. And I just sign it and not even read it.
Oh, no. Unless you're actively hiring someone full-time to read your shit for you, like, you got to read it. Even if you don't understand it, you got to at least ask questions.
Yeah, like now in the game, like I would say definitely the last few years, I'm like, I'm getting someone to read this. And then they would be like, yeah, I would never agree to these things. Or some of the things that they ask me to agree to are insane. And I would be like, I am not going to agree to do this.
Right. Like we own it forever and you can never, ever clip it out or use it yourself.
And then they say, cool, we'll take it out.
Yeah. It's as easy as that.
And then when they're like, no, we won't take it out, I have the strength to be like, okay, no thanks.
Yeah.
On some Jerry Seinfeld, no thanks.
I fucking pass.
Yeah.
Fucking pass.
I don't mind passing. I'll pass on some shit.
I'll pass on a motherfucker all day.
Shit.
Come
on, player.
Fucking pass your ass right now. Mm-hmm. And now it's time to pass on to the lightning round.
Lightning round.
Yeah.
Has it been an hour already?
102.57. Welcome back to 102.57.
All right. Yeah. Welcome to the Isaac Abrams Show, 102.57. We're here, Isaac Abrams. Isaac, you are named after two prophets, Isaac and Abraham. How does that feel,
well, thanks, Paul. That's right. What's your last name all about? Are you related? Are you cousins with Elia?
Not related to Elia, although that would be cool. All right.
Send me a check.
Yeah, exactly.
Traffic weather next.
That's hilarious. Just to be related to someone with money and being like, give me some.
I mean, I think about it all the time because I look forward to being very successful. I want to talk to somebody that's got, I mean, according to Celebrity Net Worth, Chris has around $18 to $20 million. His dad was a very successful film director.
Still is.
Sure. So his dad has money. Where's his brother at in all this? He just brought him into a podcast that they do together. Mm-hmm. But you don't want, like, if your closest friends and family, you want them to kind of, like, come up with you. But where do you break them off? Because I play the lottery a lot, and I think about it, like, would I give my closest friends, if I won $100 million, what's enough to make them be able to hang, but I still pay for everything? This is not the lightning round question.
No, but that is very tricky because I know some friends of mine who are very successful and are making good money, and they basically, when there's dinner, they pay for dinner, and that's I'm contributing to the hang.
Yeah.
But when I'm at dinner with my friends and they're like, I'm going to cover the bill, I send them money.
Yeah.
I never wanted to accept that, but like there's some ways where they're like, listen, it's on me. I got it. God has blessed us. And I would like to take care of this dinner. And then, I won't take that away from them.
Right.
But if it's like every time we go out, like they're ordering Uber Eats, like, and I'm hanging out, they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, I'll get that. And then the Uber Eats comes and we eat. Then it was a great time. I'm like, instead of asking, hey man, can I send you money? Because they'll always be like, no. I'm like, I just send them $40.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
got to.
Even if it's Kevin Hart, even if it's whoever. And I'm like, bro, thank you. I appreciate it. But
right.
I'd like to pay for my own food because it's a respect and I'm not trying to take it because I know that's a big expense and so I'm very aware of that, conscious of that.
Yeah. If you're part of an entourage and it's a social hang, like if they want to flex in the club and drop the card down and like ball out in front of everybody, that's cool. I'll send them money for that. But if I'm on the road and I'm already under the employ and somebody wants to just like pay for all
that's
or
different.
If I'm working on a project and the producer wants to cover it, like if somebody else's money, if you just sold out a theater for 2,500 seats, I don't feel bad that you're buying me a burger after work.
Yeah, motherfucker, buy me some sweet potato fries.
Yeah, for the table.
Thank you.
That's what's up. But they're really for me.
yeah. But I am the table.
I'm the table. I am the table.
Yeah, from Isaac to table.
Yes, dude. Okay, lightning round. But there's no time limit. Show me time limit.
Show me titties.
Call back. What is your favorite venue or club to perform comedy?
Belly Room.
At the world famous Comedy Store.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest place you've done stand up?
At a dog fashion show.
Okay. Is there a story behind that?
Yeah. I got asked to host a dog fashion show that was taking place in the Palisades, and it was a fundraiser for animal awareness. And
just to make people aware of animals?
Yeah. And what better way to make people aware of animals than putting them in a suit?
Hey, did y'all know there was some animals? Well, here are them in suits.
Yeah, give us money.
Right. We need to make everyone aware of these animals.
Yeah, it was like maybe animal abuse. Or
okay. That makes more sense.
Yeah, but it also could just been animal awareness.
In LA, it could be anything, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Sorry, that tickled the shit out of me.
Like
who doesn't know that there's animals?
There's a lot of people who are unaware that animals are out there.
In the arms of an angel.
And then it's just a regular animal. It's just chilling.
It's just Frank, right?
Yeah, dude. Animal. It was, dude, this is a great organization to build awareness for animals.
AW.org.
Dude, and the wild thing was that it was very disorganized, right? And also when I was there, it was a lot of older, like 70, I would say between 60 and 80-year-old Caucasian females.
Surprise.
Were there, right?
Yeah.
I would say that's like the majority of the group. And then, so basically what they had was they had an auctioneer come up and do an auction.
Mm-hmm.
Then after the auction, they basically did a pre-show, then me, the comedian, and then they did the rest of the show. So they did the auction, they sold some things, and the room just felt like very low energy. It was dead. And like the auctioneer's like, okay, now we have I believe a prop from the Aladdin set.
Wow.
And it is one of the lamps that they had. And we'll start the bidding at $20,000.
That's a lot of animal awareness.
Bro, they sold the Aladdin lamp. They sold an Aladdin lamp, and then they sold an autographed like Robin Williams thing. And
Did it have wishes still in it? It was probably out of wishes.
Out of wishes, bro. Yeah. Wishes were extra. It's like wishes not included. It's like batteries.
You get that shit for Christmas.
Bro, it would suck to find a magic lamp and the genie comes out and he goes, man, I ain't got no wishes. The dude just used them all.
Sorry. He didn't even wish for more wishes?
I'm like, then why the fuck are you here?
Yeah, you got to reload the genie with your last wish.
Yeah, dude. Is there like a fucking...
Because everybody knows your first wish is unlimited wishes.
Yeah, it's like a T-Mobile card.
Yeah. Jesus.
Dude, so I show up to the person who does the auction. The auction does well. And then they did they did a brief dog fashion show. So I basically had to follow a pit bull in a fireman's outfit.
Sexy.
And so I go on stage and I didn't really know what would work. And also it's like the crowd's dead and the person's like, keep going for your comedian, Elia. So I get on stage and I'm wearing a suit. And then I was like, and I'm looking at the audience, it's a bunch of older women. And then I was like, so who else is waiting for their husband to die?
That's it?
That was the first joke.
I mean, did it go good?
No.
Oh.
Silence.
That seems like it would murder.
Well, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm like, and then I was quiet and I let that land. And I'm like, I need to let them know I'm not afraid of what I just said. Mm-hmm. So I just stood in it and I just looked around. And then I was like, you for sure. And then when I pointed at her and said, you for sure, the crowd started to like get what they were going to get into. So they're like, okay. And they like chuckled a bit, but it was very difficult, bro. And it was the worst. I mean, I bombed after that. And I also used, I think there were like some little people in the audience.
Ooh.
And then I used the wrong word to describe little people. But I was saying it in terms of like a story someone told me. And the whole crowd hated me at that point. And it was crazy because I'm pretty much bombing the rest of the set, but I'm bombing with dignity. Yeah. I didn't let them take my dignity away.
You can't let them take your dignity away.
You know, I'm just like talking and addressing things. And then I'm looking to the left and I see that pit bull. And then pit bull's just like, and I could hear it so clearly because it's like not a lot of laughter is being produced.
Yeah.
And the dog just got done working a shift.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The dog had to walk up some steps, go on this thing, and then do a trick. And then the owner's holding it. The owner's like looking at me with no laughs. And then the dog's like, with his tongue out. And
dog thought you were funny.
Yeah, man. My comedy's really for dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a bad venue.
That is a weird place to do comedy.
Yeah, man.
Especially if they're not having it.
Yeah, I'm going to do it again soon.
Oh, you really? You're the annual animal awareness host?
Yeah, I'm the animal awareness guy.
That's going to be the title of this episode now. What is the weirdest thing you did or saw as a kid? We're looking for like some Stand By Me, found a body in the woods, saw a clown in the sewer. Like weirdest shit that happened to you as a kid or did or saw. When
I was in Detroit, I was living in this townhouse. And it was basically this apartment complex. And I was in the bathroom. And I can't remember what I was doing in the bathroom. I think I was like, I think I could have been like cleaning my sneakers. And then I heard, bah, bah, bah. Like 3 gunshots like that.
Wow.
And then I was quiet after I heard these gunshots. And then I heard, help.
Whoa.
I heard someone say, help like that. Then I looked out the window and I was like, what?
Like you're not sure what help means?
And then I like looked up, but I couldn't see. It was so dark. I couldn't really see. And it sounded very distant and faint. And I was like, hello? And then some guy's like, I'm dying.
Oh, shit.
So then I went downstairs and I saw my mom, and my mom was like looking confused. Like, Mom, I think I heard someone get shot. And then she was like, well, that's not our problem.
Whoa.
And then I'm just like, what the fuck?
Mom's a gangster, stone cold.
Yeah, my mom's like, but like she thought I was lying.
Oh, really? Oh,
yeah. I was like, Mom, I think I heard someone get shot. She goes, that's not our problem. Like, she's like, I don't know what you're talking. Like, she's basically like,
not even like call the ambulance, nothing.
Nothing. And then the whole block was surrounded by ambulances. And then I looked at my mom and she was like, holy shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Scary. And that happened again, dude, in Detroit.
Was it still 3 shots?
It was 3 shots, yeah. It was like, I don't know how many shots exactly, but like there was like, I've heard a lot of shootings.
They call him the 3-shot killer.
3-shot killer, bro. This guy comes by with 3 shots.
Yeah.
He's like ear, nose, and throat. That's how he shoots. Because I'm the ENT of RIP.
Just trying to get my street cred up. I'm dropping a new mixtape next month.
There was a guy who got shot, and I heard it because he sounded like my neighbor. So I heard some gunshots. Then I heard and it sounded like wincing from my neighbor. Mm-hmm. His name is Troy. So I was like, Troy? And then
no, it's Brad.
And I'm like, oh, my mistake. Sorry.
I'd help you if you was Troy.
So I basically just immediately called the police. And I was like, hey, my neighbor got shot. I heard some gunshots, and I heard him scream in pain. 35 cop cars came in front of my house. They knocked on our door. I opened the door, and I saw like 20 officers. And they were like, where did they go? And I was like, so I heard the gunshot from over here. And then the guy's like, where did they go, dude? And I'm like, oh, they went that way. And then they went to where I pointed, and they looked on the ground. They saw some spit, some like fresh spit. And they're like, all right, we see some fresh spit here. And then they said, they didn't see any blood though. And then my brother Peter was like, was with me, and he goes, they went into that house, because he saw like them go into that house. They went into that house, and they opened the door, and they knocked on the door, and the police were like, yeah, the person just said they had their music up and they didn't hear anything, and they don't know what you're talking about. Like, they didn't hear anything. So the police basically asked us some more questions, then they all left. 2 minutes later, like I would say like maybe 5 minutes later, actually, when all the police left, there was a knock on our door. And then my dad went to go open the door, because he's, casually he's walking to the door, and he's about to unlock it. I'm like, Dad, no, don't open the door.
It's the dude.
And then he looked through the hole, and it was two guys in hoodies like this with their heads bent down like that. So we basically ran upstairs, and we locked the doors, and we were like, bro, these guys are about to come kill us. And then my dad was like, you fucking idiot. Why would you call the police? But he's trying to be quiet.
Right.
Scold me, talking about how dumb I am.
Yeah.
He goes, no, they're going to fucking kill us because of you.
Did you move after that?
No, we stayed for another 3 years.
Wow. And the guys never came back?
No, I called the police again. I was like, hi.
You guys did a great job last time. Just wanted to call.
Yeah. The two guys are outside right now.
Oh, you called the police again?
Yeah, again. I was like, these two guys are outside our door. They knocked on our door. And they said, all right, stay there.
Cops snitched you out. The cops were like, or maybe they were looking out the window.
Maybe looking out the window, and they're like, where is this guy? So that was wild.
More likely that the cops snitched you out. And they were like, the guy over there in 7B said that y'all up in here shooting people.
Yeah, this is a Tekashi 6ix9ine just ratting on people. Yeah, that was scary, man. That was the most wild thing I've ever.
My friend Dave grew up in Detroit. His dad was a Detroit police officer and put himself through law school and became like a DA or something, and then started his own private practice. Oh, maybe he's closed it now. He's retired, but suing the Detroit Police Department for corruption because he was on the inside. So he would like go and find people that did corruption and be like, let's sue Detroit. He wrote a book about it.
Yeah, man, Detroit got sued in multiple cases for corruption and shit like that, dude. I mean, and I'll also like, yeah, man. I mean, Detroit is dangerous. Like, I grew up in a really dangerous neighborhood, bro.
That's why you're so hard right now.
Shit, player. You see my shorts?
Yeah, hard. Them some hard shorts.
Hard shorts, bro.
If you grow up rough, you come up tough. I just made that up right now.
If you grow up rough, you gear up. It sounds like a Ford commercial.
Yeah, built rough, tough.
Build rough, tough.
Detroit rough.
Built Ford rough.
Yeah, it's for dogs. It's Ford trucks
for dogs. Truck awareness. Yeah. Did we find it?
There it is.
We find it. Yeah, dude, I grew up in a dangerous neighborhood, bro. Like, I talk about this sometimes. Like, I didn't realize like how poor and desperate my neighborhood was until I had a friend of mine got robbed. I heard a friend of mine got robbed for his Skechers.
Wow.
That means someone just wanted shoes.
Just shoes.
They didn't care if they were Jordans. They didn't care if they were Air Forces. Like, it was no, like, he just got robbed for his regular shoes.
Give me them regular shoes.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. I wouldn't say where I grew up was that rough. I only had a gun pulled on me one time when I was growing up. But everybody had guns. We were all shooting all the time. It was just whatever. Not automatic weapons. I don't know why I sprayed like that.
Yeah, that's a lot of bullets, player.
Yeah, that's expensive.
We were like,
we only shoot the automatics out on the ranch. We don't farm. We don't have ranches in North Carolina. We have farms.
Okay.
But I only had a handgun like pointed at my head, like, what now?
Someone tried to kill you?
No, he didn't pull the trigger. We were just all too high. There was some kids that thought they were in a gang in my neighborhood growing up. Like, if my mom heard this story, she'd be like, I can't believe it. But it was a regular old neighborhood. Kids were just bored, and they got a hold of their parents' guns and shit.
Did you ever join a gang?
No, but my next door neighbor tried to get jumped into a gang, and then he was late from something, and I knew where they were all going to jump him in, and I went up to them, and I was like, he's not here. He's my homie. I don't want him to join your gang, but if you need to fight somebody, I'm right here if y'all need to do anything about it. And they were like, oh, no one's ever stood up to us before like that. You're cool. You can be on the friends list or whatever.
Then you joined the gang?
No. We told him to get the fuck out of my woods.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried to join a gang.
Did you? Did you get jumped in?
No, they wouldn't let me join because I had allergies.
That's a true story?
Yeah. Like when I was a younger kid, I was notoriously like just allergenic.
Yeah.
Or whatever the word is. And like I remember they were called the Southfield Players.
Player.
Yeah, player. And then I wanted to join the gang, and they didn't let me. Then eventually they did because like they needed people.
I feel like they just handed you a clipboard like you do at the doctor's office, and they're like, fill this shit out.
Are you have any allergies?
Do you now, or have you ever been affiliated with a gang? Yes or no? Do you have any allergies? What's your vision?
Yeah.
Blood sample.
It was my first gang I tried to join.
Yeah, and then you sit down with the leader of the gang. He's like, well, Paul, I don't know. These allergies might be an issue. We might have to put you in admin.
Right.
You can't be a soldier.
I was like, hey, guys, is it cool if I joined your set so I could fuck these bitches up?
Do you have a tissue?
Yeah.
Hilarious. All right, we're going to skip. Well, I'll read them quick and see if you want to answer them. Have you ever seen a UFO or a ghost?
No.
Have you ever experienced a natural disaster?
No.
Great. So we don't have to skip them. 3 more. What is your favorite vacation destination?
Iraq.
Okay. How many times have you? Is there something tropical to it? Is there a beach in Iraq? Like, I've never been.
Yeah, I've never been either, but I want to go.
Oh, okay.
And like idea, like future, or that I have been to before.
There's no rules. People can answer this shit however they want to.
Yeah, dude.
What's your favorite one you've been to so far? That you've physically actually been to?
Greece.
Ooh. You were in Greece and you didn't just hop over to Iraq?
No.
Were you were being paid to be there?
No, I went on a family vacation. It was like me and my brothers. We all went to Greece. It was great, man.
Okay. Family vacation to Greece.
Yeah, dude. It was amazing. Yeah, because I remember specifically, like, when I'm on a vacation, I just want to chill.
Yes.
I'm a habitual chiller.
Me too.
And I need to like take a bath, relax, play some music, and I'll close my eyes, and then I'll try to just completely turn off thoughts and just be so present. And when I'm on a vacation, I feel like I take advantage of that time. Like, I don't give a fuck about the club. Mm-mm. I don't give a fuck about, and I have a girlfriend now too, so which is so great. Like, I don't care about like, the turn up or getting drunk or doing whatever. I'm like, I just want to be present in nature, and we had amazing views. Mm-hmm. And it was very healing, Greece.
Yeah.
Went to Santorini. We went to this village called Crete, and it was crazy. It's like, I was watching just chickens run wild and
wild chickens.
Wild ass chickens.
You need to make more people aware of those wild ass chickens.
I was just going to say that.
Gotcha.
Chicken awareness.
Hey, CW. CAW?
CAW.
Welcome back to the CAW. I don't know why I put the
Chicken
W.
Awareness Week. There needs to be a Chicken Awareness Week.
August is Shark Week, and then right after it, it's Chicken Awareness Week.
Why does Shark get their own week?
Because they're fucking gnarly. They'll kill you. When's the last time you got killed by a chicken? I think chickens were what became of T-Rexes.
I just think there's other animals that deserve a week.
Every animal deserves a week.
Bro,
it's Rhinoceros Week.
Is there Rhinoceros Week?
It could be. By the time this comes out, it could be. We could petition for it to be Rhinoceros Week.
Yeah, that'd be dope, bro. Is Shark Week during Black History Month?
No, it's in August.
August. That's whose month is August?
Do you want it? It's open.
Oh shit! All right, I'll ask.
Yeah. At the next meeting, just bring it up.
All right.
Because all you have to do to get a month is just claim it.
Yeah, I think Arab Heritage Month was in April.
Oh, that's...
But I don't think a lot of people knew about it.
No, maybe we need to stop taking awareness away from animals and put it on Arabs.
Yeah, dude. Instead of Shark Week, like I think there should be a Rock Week.
Yeah.
You know, and then we'll just talk about how, like, you know, George Bush destroyed the country.
Yeah.
Show me destroy the country.
Show me a Rockies. Yeah, I think there's especially in the South where I'm from, there's probably not even probably, there's definitely a misunderstanding of the Iraqi people. So, for example, after World War II, a lot of Americans did not like people from Japan. That sentiment still holds pretty strongly in the South for people of the Arabian nations. God damn it, they took our towers down.
But the thing is that confused me is like the people which is the argument that we've been saying, is that it's not Arabs or Muslims that took the towers down. It was terrorists,
right,
that did that.
That doesn't get through to people. For example, my mom. My mom bought a handgun to take to church in case the Muslims attacked the church. And that's what, that's why I want to talk about it right now, because that's what popular misconceptions are going on in ignorant people in the South.
Yeah, man. It's and it's like, look, it is not Muslims, it is terrorists, and also it's like, I'm on your side. I also hate these terrorists.
Yeah,
you know,
they kill people that I love too.
Yeah, these terrorists are and it's always important to make that distinction and to let people know that. And it's like, it's not like KKK members are bad. They're the terrorists. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you say white people are terrorists. It's like, no, people that are KKK members, these are the ones who are the terrorists.
Yeah.
And it's like and every group has their bad. There's a group of people who identify with a ethnic background or religious background who are bad, and they have now tainted the entire nation.
Yeah.
And that's why it's like, moving forward, when people are able to make that distinction, and I think we're moving in that right direction,
yeah,
which is where, you know, people in the South and, you know, a lot of these rural areas that have this mindset are now opening up and being like, yes, that is true.
Yeah, I think the internet's helping with that. I think,
yeah,
you know, when we're leveling the playing field, there's two things that are simultaneously happening. One, we're getting information bubbles. Like if we like this type of information and news, we go towards that, and that's all we get fed in our social media algorithm. But people that are able to break free of that gravity are exposed to new cultures and information, and they're able to expand their horizons.
Yeah, like, dude, like, and also people's ignorance. Like, people only know basically a news thumbnail amount of information.
Yeah.
Most people know a thumbnail amount. Mm-hmm. Like I've had my friend who's Punjabi. He goes, someone was like, they said something about terrorism and 9/11. Mm-hmm. And they were looking at him, and he goes, dude, I'm Punjabi. I'm from India.
Right. What are you looking at me for?
I'm also Hindi.
Yeah.
That's not even like, I'm Hindu. That's not even like, what, like you're
wrong twice.
Yeah. You just, basically, you're just mad at a shade now.
Yeah.
You look at a color of someone.
Right.
Which is like the highest form of ignorance. But again, it's like, I think we're living in a place where that is not, you know, that is considered an act of violence to classify someone as that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's moving towards in the right direction, and it's, you know, happening less and less. And
I think comedy helps. The more that people can get out and be funny and, you know, spread, what's the information? I was going to say misinformation, but
right. Yeah.
Let's spread more misinformation.
Oh, I'm so down.
Yeah. I just want to see what people will believe. I want to see, because people are just like, okay, I mean, they felt for Trump, right? So, like, what else are we going to get? Like, all of a sudden, people are going to be, I can't even think of the craziest next thing that the mass population is going to fall for.
Well, dude, you know, I've also realized, like, I don't know if this is a slightly branched off topic of this idea of like how easily influenced people are, is like people attach to a side.
Yeah.
Like when masks were happening.
Right.
Everyone was like, if you wear a mask, that is good. And then there's these far right Republicans who are like, fuck masks. COVID is fake. Now, today, everyone is like, COVID is fake. Fuck masks.
Yeah.
Like even the people that are far left are just like, wear a mask. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Right. I did. I wore my mask time's over.
Yeah, mask time's over. And it's like, so at some point, what that exposes, at some point, people shift into a common ground.
Yeah.
And it's important that identifying what those shifts are and what it takes to make those shifts, I think, are important.
Absolutely.
So I really like. It feels like there's less division, and like I think everyone is sort of coming together in the middle.
I agree. I think I said this before on the show, and I don't know what order the shows are coming out, so I'm gonna say it again. I think 90% of the people are 1 or 2 degrees off of the middle, and then there's 5% of the crazies on the right and 5% of the crazies on the left that are fucking the loudest voices that are creating all this division on social media and CNN versus Fox and all this other shit. And we get all this stuff, and we're like, I think more and more people are just like turning off Fox, turning off CNN. The only news that I consume right now are headlines with bullet points under it. It's a daily email that I get, and it's just like, the Queen died. That is a fact. Didn't spin it with CNN, didn't spin it with Fox. The Queen died on this date at this time. Now I know the Queen died. I got my information.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know what kind of spin you could put on the Queen's death, but, they try and they do their thing.
Yeah, they would. They'd be like, yeah, this is clearly Scientology.
Yeah.
That did this. She's an animal. She was a sacrifice to the Illuminati.
Yeah,
they killed the Queen.
She was grooming children at Walmart, so therefore she eats pizza with Hillary Clinton. Show us the damn tapes.
Show us the tapes.
Hey, all right. We're past an hour and a half now, so we're gonna bomb through these last two. Do you like Las Vegas?
No.
Fair enough. What is the best meal you've ever had in your whole life? Which I deem to be the hardest question a man can answer, or a woman, a person.
Because I also have to attach an experience to it.
Well, some people do and some people don't. There's 2 ways to take it.
The best meal of your life should not be measured based on taste alone.
I agree. But some people will try and list the fanciest restaurant that they've ever been to. And then some people will go, oh, the grilled cheese my mom made me when I was 3.
Yeah.
So that's why I ask everybody. It's the last question.
Man, there's so many, but I can point out a specific one of one of the best meals I've ever had. I was in LA, and there was a restaurant in Burbank. It was an Indian restaurant, and it was with my buddy Rami El-Sachi. He came into town. He's from Detroit. He's a doctor. He came into town. We were looking for something to eat. We went on Google Maps. We found this Indian restaurant. We show up there. The place is completely empty. The guy had lighting like the lighting you like almost like hospital like these types of lights. It was just bright fluorescent.
Yeah.
Nothing stylistic about it. No mood at all.
No vibe.
You hear the sound of the ice machine.
Yeah.
Burr. You hear that burr. Mm. And we got there, and bro, we were greeted by the sweetest man, the nicest guy. And it was almost like he was waiting for us to come so he could make us food. And this guy,
you specifically,
us specifically,
Paul, I've been waiting for you.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Straight up, I thought he was just going to give me the guy, like he saw us, and then he gave us the menu, and then he goes, what do you guys want? And then we're like, oh, we're thinking about this and this. He goes, great. I just want to let you know I'm also going to be making the food. And he said, I also want you to know that this food that I'm going to make for you, it might take a little long. It's because I really want to take my time, because you gentlemen look tired and exhausted. You look like you had a long day, and I want to make sure that this food really nourishes you.
Wow.
And then we were like, my friend thought he was trying to fuck. But I was like, nah.
Slaps 2 tickets to the orchestra down. And he's like,
dude, the guy gave us the food, and like, I really tasted the love, because I do think you can taste. It enhances taste, bro.
Oh, that's why grandma's food is so much better than everybody else's food.
Yeah, bro, I'm sorry, bro. But also to say this, McDonald's fries is better than anything grandma's food can make.
That's a hot take, but I think I agree.
Come on, player.
The way my mom used to be able to tell if I was over being sick as a kid is if I would eat a McDonald's fry. She's like, if I would go, I don't want any fries. She's like, oh, you're still sick. But
That's amazing.
yeah.
Wow.
She bought some fries and put it under some glass and put it on a shelf. They're still at her house today. 30 years later, they're still warm, still tasty.
You ever see that video of the person that did that?
Yeah, that's disgusting.
He goes, all right, now here's these fries that we made. This has been, then maggots start to like form on it. Then there's another one that's like green and blue and purple. The McDonald's fries. And he goes, and McDonald's fries are still gold.
30 years later. Okay, last bonus question.
I will say this. I do think McDonald's fries are made out of Kardashian blood. You were saying?
9/11 was an inside job. Best road food, best fast food, or what do you like to eat on the road?
On the road, I explore restaurants, man. I usually try to eat pretty healthy.
Yeah.
So, but I also like if I'm in the South, I'm gonna try to find some Southern cuisine. If I'm in, Miami, I'm gonna get some see if there's some dope
Cuban
food. Yeah, Cuban food or Puerto Rican food. And so, I love Middle Eastern food, bro. Like I'm Middle Eastern, and it's like it reminds me of home, and I love the seasoning and kebabs on that. So I'll always look for a Middle Eastern restaurant.
Okay, last question, promise. Because I haven't been to, the only Middle Eastern food that I really get exposed to is on set, like catering or something like that. Where if someone's coming to LA for the first time, you're like, you gotta, if you want the best food, where do you go? Here in LA. Middle Eastern food.
There's a restaurant, I think he's Palestinian. It's called Alabashi Restaurant that's on Sunset and Martel, I believe. Sunset and Martel. It's next to Aroma Cafe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a small restaurant on the corner. That's one of the best. And also, I think it's called Carnival.
Oh, yeah.
Carnival is very authentic.
All right.
Lebanese cuisine.
Nice. I'm super hungry and it's lunchtime.
Oh, buddy. I'm telling you.
If I didn't have a 3 o'clock, we'd be going and getting some lunch.
Shit.
Maybe we just go anyway. Paul, that's the fastest hour and 36 minutes I've ever had of my whole life.
Wow, man. That's a compliment.
Yeah. I had a really great time.
Me too, man.
Maybe we should go to the orchestra sometime. See, I'm forcing it. That was too much.
You know what? I know where your heart is. Bro, I'm so down. Honestly, I think I might want to go watch the orchestra because I haven't been in a while. And
oh, I'm going to hook you up.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to hook you up. Yeah.
Dude, I want to bring my girlfriend there.
Then I can't hook you up. I was going to hook you with a dude buddy of mine that buys pairs of season tickets that he can never find anybody to go with him. So I'll be like, oh, next time they
maybe
play.
I could buy his pair. I can use his pair if he doesn't want to go.
Yes, maybe you can. We'll figure it out.
I mean, I'll also buy him, but what are they, like $300 or some shit?
Oh, I don't know. I've never been.
All right. That's okay. It's
I
not
mean,
a problem.
I've never paid.
Yeah. Can I get courtside seats?
Courtside, yeah. You should definitely get courtside to the
Philharmonic?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's dope as shit.
If you do that, though, you want to go to Disney Concert Hall.
Can I bring a sign that says go team?
Sure.
Hell yeah. I want to paint my face.
That's also fine.
I'm a diehard violinist.
Yeah? First chair or second chair?
I only do fuck with first string violins.
Oh. All right. First string it is.
Yeah, I ain't no backup supporter.
Yeah, don't support the backups. But definitely do animal awareness.
Yeah, my boy's a violinist. He's redshirted, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, he got redshirted.
Well, cool. Let's plug all your shit one more time before we go.
Man, Paul Elia, Elia. Also, I am the co-creator of Low Key Comedy Show. If you want to know more about Low Key Comedy Show, visit lowkeycomedyshow.com. If you want to know about my tour dates, best way to do that is follow me on Instagram at Paul Elia, Elia.
Awesome. Paul, thank you for being here.
Thank you, man. Thanks for having me, Isaac.
Thanks for watching the Isaac Abrams Show, everybody. We'll see you next time.